Hey, Cozy Gamers, it's Cozy Mel, and I'm here to give you another Palea video. And we are at City Hall in the middle of Kilima Village. It's the biggest building with the tallest tower on it. And in case you have never been there, this is City Hall. Kenyatta works here. Anytime you want to come in and talk to her or flirt with her, this is where she is. And there's a cash register that you open, and it has all these items in it that help you with your farm, your house, your plot, that kind of thing. We're going to want to open a new piece of machinery on our plot today. In order to do so, we'll have to have a crafting license. So we have had to purchase a couple of crafting licenses already. They start at 500 gold in the very early part of the game, and then they go up each time. So if I purchase a crafting license right here, you will see that it was 1,500 gold, and now the next time I need one, it will be 2,000 gold. So hopefully I won't need another one for a little while, and we'll head back out and go back home. Okay, so we've come back home and we have already gone to see Badruu when we reached level 8 in gardening, and he sold us the preserve jar recipe. I know that's confusing. Some people think that he sold us a preserve jar, but he did not, because you can make as many preserve jars as you can afford crafting writs to put on your plot. So once you get the recipe, you have to still make the jar yourself. So you want to go to your work table and click on the machine up at the top. I call them machines, equipment, whatever you want to call them. These are the things that are going to help you do manual labor on your farm. So if you scroll down through them, you now have something that's called a preserves jar. And the preserves jar is going to take 6 pieces of fabric, and it's going to have a couple of pieces of iron bar and 16 heartwood planks. And once you have those things gathered up, you can go ahead and craft your preserve jar. This lets you pickle vegetables and turn fruit into jam. Okay? So the important thing about this is that if you pickle vegetables or turn fruit into jam, you can eat those things for food to give you focus. If for some reason you can't do the actual cooking mini game, many players who have tardive dyskinesia, or they have really bad arthritis, or they have problems with their hands, they cannot do the cooking mini games at all. And so this is the only way to make some food that you can eat for focus. It used to be better than it is now. They did nerf it, and so it's not great. But if it's your only option, it's an important option. For all the rest of you lucky folks who don't have these problems, this is an option for making passive income. So that if you want to be making some income while you're asleep, and you get up and come open up the game to play, and you want there to be something there for you to sell, this is one way that you can do that, by gardening and going ahead and processing food in the preserve jar. You can also use the seed makers. We've already discussed that in another video, and we've got seed makers going. So we're going to go ahead and find our preserve jar. We've bought our crafting writ, so we should be able to place it. All right, we have placed our preserve jar. So now we have 2 of them. Okay, if you will open up your preserve jar, you will see, for example, the one that I use the most, which is pickled potatoes. I'll circle it over here with my pointer. Okay, so for our pickled potatoes, this is going to give you 135 focus. I know, it's not a lot, but it's better than nothing if you can't cook. And it will sell for 68 gold if you just want to make them to sell. Now, this is the product that you get if you place a regular potato in the hopper. So here's a regular potato. It's worth 45 gold. You place it in the hopper. It takes 54 minutes. So 1 hour later, you will have a jar of pickled potatoes, and that's worth 68 gold. I know. It didn't double the value, which many people feel it should, but at least it's something. So it went from 45 to 68. Okay, now if you have star pickles and put them in the hopper, for the most part, as far as I can tell, you will get star potatoes out of the hopper. So a star level potato is worth 67 if you just want to sell it, and a star level jar of pickled potatoes is worth 102. So it's not double, but it's still improved over just selling the potato. It does take an hour, but this is something you can do, when you're away from the game. So if you're going to be away from the game for 10 hours and you want to go ahead and put 30 potatoes in there, you can come back and have 30 jars of pickles, which is worth $3,060, I think. So say you put 30 in, you go to bed and you get up the next morning and get out your 30 jars of pickles, or, whenever you get back to the game, it's about 3,000 gold that you will get when you put them in your bin and sell them, or go to the cash register in Zeki's store and sell them. Okay, the other thing you may ask is, well, what about if I make them into seeds? So here's the deal with seeds. Those have also been nerfed really badly, but if you put in one regular potato, it is going to be worth 45, and it will give you 4 bags of seed, and they're only worth 20 each. So that would be 80. So you have gone from 45 gold to 80 gold. That's still something. It's not nothing. So a lot of people do this and sell the seeds. I need the seeds to plant my garden, but if I have excess, I sell them. Now, I go ahead and use a worm farm to produce quality up fertilizer at all times. And I am going to put quality up fertilizer on my garden every single day until I don't grow anything but star quality fruits and vegetables. So if you plant star quality seeds, you will most of the time get star quality vegetables back, but not every time, but most of the time. And if you keep putting on the quality up fertilizer, eventually it will get to the point where you're high enough in gardening and you've done the work and you have leveled yourself up that most of the time you will just get star produce out of your garden. And that's a great thing. And then you can start using other types of fertilizer that might help you in other ways. Okay? So that's kind of the deal with that. Now, if you put a star potato in your seed maker, it's 67 gold is what it's worth. And the star seeds are worth 30 gold. So that's 120. So again, I know it's not even double, but it's something. And it is passive income that happens while you're away from the game. And to a lot of players, passive income is important. Those Cernek are not going to kill themselves and jump in your bag while you're away from the game. So if hunting is your favorite way to make money, you go for it and hunt. I love hunting. If you want to go out there and do all the mining you can, because maybe you'll get gemstones, and gemstones sell for a lot more than rocks. Have at it. I love doing that. But if you're looking for something that's going to happen while you're asleep or away from the game or AFK, this is what you can do with gardening to make some money. Okay, so we've gone over what each item is worth before you put it in. Now, I've got 190 star potatoes that I have grown and saved up for this very day. So I'm going to right-click on it, and 30 will go in the hopper. It says 29 because one has immediately gone into production. So now I have got 30 pickle jars coming up from the production. And what I do right now for my garden, I have already raised enough to have a backup of, say, 20 of every kind of vegetable. So say I've got 20 or 25 already in the carrots, the onions, all those things. Then I change over to where I'm just growing potatoes and tomatoes. That's because they water each other. Potatoes will water, but they won't water themselves. Tomatoes water, but they don't water themselves. So you alternate the rows. And lots of people already do this. There's tons of videos out there about what to do about your gardening situation. This is just what I do so that I have enough potatoes to do. Now, the tomatoes we haven't even talked about, but I will tell you that they're worth about half what the potatoes are. But you get quite a few tomatoes from one tomato that you plant, because you get to pick them 3 or 4 times before that tomato plant is finished and has to be replanted. So, you know, it is also an okay way to make some passive income. It's going to come out probably about the same. The devs or the powers that be, or whoever figures out the algorithms or the money or the whatever, has probably got almost all the vegetables and fruits and things that you can grow and produce fixed to where they're all about the same money. So anyway, that's what I do. And then, you know, you can wander on over to your sales bin and click on your gardening. And you can see that if you have 30, which you right click and it'll put 30 in on the star quality, that's 900 gold. I thought it was 1,000, but no, it is not. It is 900. And then if you have 30 star quality tomato seeds, oh, these are the seeds. Okay. So those 30 tomato seeds are worth 1,800. But you got to remember, it takes 3 tomatoes to make 1 seed. So, you know, it takes a lot longer to get that many tomato seeds to sell. And then if you click on food, and you normally would have some pickled potatoes, but I've got them down in my bag right now. You can put the pickled potatoes in, and you'll see that 27 pickled potatoes is 27.54. I'm fairly sure that 30 jars is just a little above 3,000 gold, because I sell them every day. So I'm pretty sure that's about what it is. So if you have star pickled potatoes, it's, you know, 3,000. So it'll be about 1,500 for 30 star pickled tomatoes. They're about half. So say you had 1 stack of each in the morning. That's, you know, somewhere, you're going to get somewhere close to $5,000 in income just selling your potatoes that are pickled and your tomatoes that are pickled each day, if you so choose to do this method. It's not giant money. It's definitely not, you know, what it used to be, but it is passive income that you can have while you sleep, which is important to most of us. So, and you are also producing a food that you can eat for focus if you don't have any other way to prepare food. So that's it for this video. I hope you'll like and subscribe and ring that bell so that you get notified when I drop the next video. And also, if you watched this on your TV, you probably can't like and subscribe, so you'll have to go to your computer and watch my videos on your computer so you can like and subscribe. I would love that. It would help me so, so much. So if you want to see more videos, please give me a thumbs up and maybe a comment, and I'll answer it. That's all for today, and I will see you in the next one.